Thank you, Richa, for introducing me, and I am also thankful to Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering for inviting me and giving me chance to interact with you people. And I am also thankful to the organizing members of this Innovation Council and seminar as well, especially Dr. Rajeshree Shinde, madam, who is in continuous touch with me and invited to deliver the lecture. Then Chinmay Mahangade sir, Sumit Sharma sir, and Vice President, Vice Principal Dr. Subhash Shinde sir, Sumit Sharma for
sir,
introducing and
and
welcoming
Vice
me,
President.
and as well as Dr. Vivek Sunnapwar sir. So once again, am expressing my thanks to you all, and I would like to share my screen to you people right now. So I hope my screen is visible to you people. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So let me introduce a few other things to you people regarding my institute. I am representing Kavaitri Bahinabai Chaudhary North Maharashtra University Jalgaon, which is university situated in Jalgaon. And most of our courses, even though they are from the basic sciences or natural sciences, they are applied in nature. So I am also part of that. That is Department of Polymer Chemistry, which is almost engineering course, but we teach chemistry. And I'm also working with the IPR coordinator, so I know the legal aspect and ethical steps to be required for the protection of IPR. And presently, since 2019, I am also working as a director KCIIL, which is a incubation center of our university, and which can be elaborately named as KBCN Center for Innovation, Incubation and Linkages. I feel proud at the moment that this is one of the fastest growing incubator among the 17 incubators started by government of Maharashtra through MSINS, and we are nurturing uh, young entrepreneurs like you people who have idea in their mind and they want to do business. So here also I expect you people to join the incubation center or your council, and you ask them if you have an idea how to nurture that, how to convert into the business. And if you fail, I mean, it's not fail, but you will have some idea from your center. And normally it's not easy to run and complete setup center at a college level, but you will have some idea, you will have some prototype development, and thereafter you can join to any incubation center like KCIL or in Mumbai or Pune, wherever you want. So that is my suggestion for you people if you have an idea. Before I make a presentation, I want to make some statements of ethic of this presentation. The presentation is compilation of information from acknowledges references. I have given some references somewhere and contribution of my experience. And it's not necessary that the information given here is an ideal information. So it can be modified on the case to case basis, or you may not be agree with that. If you are not, your suggestions and comments are welcome. In the presentation, I have taken almost all care to make it proper appropriately. However, there may be some missing things or errors. Then if you found, it is mine. So don't hesitate to appreciate, as well as if you have anything wrong with my presentation, you can suggest also. I will welcome you all. This presentation is made for educational purposes only and therefore should not be treated as an economical model. And if you have any suggestion, you may write to me through this email, vikasgite123 @gmail.com. You can have at any time, you can mail me. I will start with the one point that what are the requirements to start the business. Suppose you want to start the business. The first thing come in my mind that I need a money. I need money. Why? Because I want to purchase factory site. I want to purchase some machines. which will work out, will develop some prototype or will develop some product that I can sell to the market. It will require some staff to run the machine. It will require staff to run your entire factory or industry. And here, what product you are expecting, that is mostly ready technology or product, which is already run by some other industry. So you do not need to prove its application, or you do not need to prove the product, whether it will be working like what you expect or not. So you don't require anything. And then you require many permissions from government side, that you required a space. So for that, you need to take it on your company side. You need to register the company. You need to have the partnership. If you are single, then don't no need. Then if it's chemical industry, you require more permission. If it's not chemical industry, you require comparatively lower number of permission. And legal support may be related to intellectual property or some other legal support. And normally, if you have ready product with you, or somebody is ready to you, that he or she will give you product, then you may think on this kind of things. You will purchase factory side. It will require, very well, if you want to purchase the factory side, let it be MIDC in Maharashtra industrial sector. We call it as a MIDC. If you want to buy some plot, or if you want to have it on the rent, you need to search, visit. It may take month or many 6 months also. Thereafter, you will have it. You will purchase, or you will send quotations for machinery industries. Thereafter, you will compare them. You will buy the machineries, which are very expensive. So it will take around 6 months to 1 year to start your factory, even if your product is ready. And after 1 year, your product will start on commercial level, and you will be able to know. Initially, you have high tempo. You will do all those things in line with the plan, and after 1 year, your output will start. Initially, in the market, you have many things. If it is a ready technology, ready product, already other people are there who are your competitor. They may be giving product in competitive prices, and therefore you may need to offer some uh, schemes, and sometimes you need to give some time to return you back your money. So there are many things, and you may have minimum knowledge of business, and you may fail in that case. So you will come to know that after 1 to 2 years, and you will have loss of money, loss of time, and loss of many things if business is fail. That's the reason many budding entrepreneurs, they are not starting their industry. They are not developing their industry because they have fear of failure. And even though they don't have fear of failure, if they want to start the industry, their family members, surrounding people, they know about the failure, and therefore we are normally negatively thinking, and we may not allow him or her to start the industry. That's the reason in maximum middle class people or technocrat people, we are not starting industry, even though we have the capacity, we have the technology, or we have the capacity to develop the technology. And there is another approach in this case. So this, what I talk, that is a conventional approach. And in this conventional approach, you get some backup. Whereas you have another approach that I can say, that you approach to the incubation center, where you will get the different information, where the chances of failure are very, very less. And even though you fail, your losses are as minimum as possible. So when you think about the conventional business, it's a traditional business which is run by somebody else. Suppose you want to make a PVC pipe, and Jalgaon, if you come here, there are a number of PVC pipe manufacturing industry. Two big industries are here. One is Jain Irrigation Systems Limited, and another is Supreme pipes. So these are two industries, and thereafter there are many small and medium scale industries available in Jalgaon who are preparing PVC pipe, and many people are starting their PVC pipe. Same is the case with the mattresses, or what we call it as a chatai. So they are making chatai, and there are around 200 units who are manufacturing chatai or that mattress, this one. So that is a traditional business. They just want to replicate the model. And in this case, replication of ideas is there, replication of model is there. So your focus should be mostly trading and scale up. How can I trade? How can I sell the material? How can I earn the material? And how can I scale up the material? So here, employment generation is one sort of what you can say, one of the motto of government, and they can support such business through various centers like your DIC, district industrial center, is there in every district. There are various schemes run by government. So normally these schemes are called as what you can call subsidized scheme, and most of the industrialists are thinking on the subsidy, and they are starting their industry, and they may fail after certain time even though you have the subsidies. Why they fail? Because they have many things which are not known to the new businessman. But if you have a background of business, then you can start and your failure chances are minimum. Whereas those who don't have any background, or if you have the background, both kind of people can join to incubation center and they can start their business. Their failure chances are minimum. But the difference in the conventional government support and support from the incubation center is, here in the incubation center, your idea should be innovative. Whereas in the conventional government support, they don't think about the innovation. They only think about whether you are starting business or not. And here you require an innovative idea. And these ideas are normally in the mind of young people like you people. And you are having the highest potential. I mean, the student who is a first year engineering student have the highest chances or have the highest capacity to start the business. Let me clear this. I am repeating the same thing, that at early stage, that means in the first year or second year itself, you think of your starting the business. And these incubation centers are not helping to the traditional system, like your traditional business. They are not even helping to scale up and manufacturing, but they help to manufacturing and scale up, which is with the innovative ideas. So they will elevate this. They will help from starting to develop your prototype, then go to the what you can call that proof of that concept, and then to the scale up. So these are the various stages in the incubation center, and normally students are joining this. And I am happy to share here, in India we have really developed startup ecosystem since last few years, and we are going with a very high speed. So this speed, you take the benefit of that speed. Especially I'm talking to the student, even faculty also can start their business to the incubation center. So here you can find, you can have startup independently, you can have incubation or startup in the incubation center, and you can have the traditional business. So there are three kinds of this system, what I have shown here. In the traditional system, your business is traditional. But in the case of innovative idea, you can have your independent startup, or you can have it through the incubation center. When you have it through the independent startup, then you have the limited connects, you have limited information about the business, you have limited information about your product and your competitor and many more things. And that's why normally what I will suggest, if it's a traditional business, you do not need to come to the incubation center. But if you have your innovative idea, you have to come to the incubation center. This incubation center, number of incubation centers are available in Mumbai itself, so you can approach to them through your college also. Normally in conventional business, you can find agriculture, trading, grocery, cloth shops, etc. Many other businesses are there. So these are all traditional business. So you are trading or manufacturing, either manufacturing or trading, both are possible here. So here these are the some examples of trading as well as manufacturing. This is a trading shop where you are selling some agriculture or agrochemicals for agriculture sector, and this is agriculture output sold in your maybe in the supermarket or in your local market. And of course this is a supermarket for your things. And this is one I just shown, that chemical industry manufacturing some chemicals. And in India we have a lot of potential in chemical IT sector, especially we have trained manpower as well as uh, this industries also. Now, before I start to tell you what exactly innovation is, I will show you these two laptops. One is left side is laptop one, and right hand side you have laptop two. So I have one question to you people. You may not answer it directly, but you think just which of the following laptops will you buy for reading newspaper? So I think I'm guessing your answer. You may not be agree 100%, but 90 or 95% people will think that this is the laptop which we will utilize. Why you will utilize? Because it has a better function than the earlier one. Let it be first example that its screen is lucrative, the screen is big, it is light in weight. Just sorry, it is light in weight. Its keypad, everything is having better performance than earlier one. That's the invention. You do not need to invent or find out total new device, total new article or chemical, whatever you have. But you can modify existing thing, and it can be very simple solution. Let it be. Suppose you just change the size of screen, that's the innovation. Here just holding capacity, sorry, holding capacity, that's also sufficient. Very small button, if you change, that is also innovation. Very small step which is improving the performance of your earlier device is an innovation, because it has better function and performance than the first one or earlier one. You keep in mind, you should not go for totally new one. And if you are going for the totally new device, it's a radical change. Radical change. When there was only landline, the person who brought mobile, that was a radical change. But if you think of the first mobile device or initial mobile devices, you can find there was only calling and receiving facility along with few numbers to be saved. My first mobile was around 100 numbers I was able to save, and it was totally black and white. I was not able to play anything. Only small that snake game was there. Watch, and I think message box. That's all. So with that we started, but that was a radical change from the fixed phone to the mobile phone we brought, and thereafter we continuously went on modifying that mobile phone. Now you know very well. Many of you are you have joined through the smartphone on this for this lecture. So this is really an extraordinary device. I can tell you, when in 2000, when we purchased our desktop, it was having 1 GB storage capacity, and we were so happy. It was the highest storage capacity. Now you will not buy mobile phone if it is with the 1 GB storage capacity. I think almost everybody is having more than 32 GB, 64 or more than that storage capacity to your mobile. So this is an invention. If you lift your mobile from 124 to 58, 248 uh, GB storage capacity, that is an invention. So you think like that and you develop something, and for that you do not need to sell your laptop. You may sell your technology to the laptop manufacturing company, and same can be sold to some another devices also. Those who are manufacturing, let it be television, let it be laptop, let it be mobile phone or some other devices, wherever you can. And that's happening in most of the time in the China, and there where you can find many of these people are having, once they develop one invention, they apply it to the number of devices, and they are preparing many of such devices. So that's invention. Here I am talking about the creation cycle of invention to the property. So you can find here creation. Your idea is there. You converted that idea that to invention or product. And from here, you can jump to the profit. This is possible. So invention to the profit or invention to practice and then profit. This is quite possible. But what cycle I have given here, that is go through the invention to the patent or acquiring IPR. What is IPR? A long form of IPR is intellectual property rights. So it's not necessary that you have to take patent of each and every technology. You can go for respective IPR. I'm coming that point, which IPRs are there. So we have to respect for earlier IPR. We should not violate the intellectual property rights of earlier people or earlier invention. And whatever invention, small component you have, that you sell to others, or you can take license of them for utilization and then you sell with your IPR, and you make a practice of this and make a profit of this. So this is a sustainable system. Whereas if you cross from here to practice and profit, if you have not acquired IPR, there are a lot of people who they're just looking for the technology available in the market and they want to copy it. If you are an early entrepreneur, early stage entrepreneur, first generation entrepreneur, you have limited finance, you have limited connects, you have limited production, and that's why what you will do, you will produce the products in limited in number. Whereas if somebody copies your product, and if they have connects, finance, manufacturing facility, they will manufacture it in large number, and you will lose your business because you have not protected it through the intellectual property rights, and you will lose your money, you will lose probably your product in this case. So my suggestion is, whatever invention you have, before you show to somebody else, you go for the IPR. Even I can suggest to you people that instead of presenting it in exhibition, you go for first filing a patent and then to the showing it to somebody else. And it should be very, very secret until you have filed the patent, at least provisional patent. I'm coming to this. What are these things? These are various fans which were utilized in the earlier days. So fan one, that I know in my childhood we used to have that, and second number. Third one, it's not common in India. Third one is normally in the eastern countries, that is Japanese, Chinese, and Korean people. They are utilizing that kind of fans. But these fans were very popular. And if these fans are available in the market, do you really need a different kind of fan? Can we have different kind of fan with small modification? So this kind of question, if you ask to yourself, you can find this is a fan which is very lucrative. It's also fan. It is also having handle. It is also having this what you can call this part, whatever you will call. But this fan is also giving air. You have to handle it by hand. It's also manual fan. But the beauty of this fan is you can hold it. And what's the benefit of this? If you hold it, you can keep this fan in your purse, in your bag easily without the disturbance. Whereas if you look at these fans, first two are very difficult to keep in the bag. They require a lot of space, and that's why they're outdated. Whereas this one is offering you that folding capacity, but still the efficiency is lower. It's not having round circle and entire 360 this part, whereas it is having 360 part, and you can handle it with the care. So interchangeable folding hand fan for purpose or pockets. This is the application made through United States in 2005 and 2008 2019 status is so it was filed here, and now it is outdated because 20 years are normally taken, or sometimes if you don't have business, you are normally paying the charges of renewal, and that may be the reason behind failure, because people are inventing, they are keeping your product in front of them and they are just modifying and they can go for the patent. So normally we have to go for number of patents in that case also, but anyhow this is a small inventive step than the earlier one, which has given the better performance in terms of storage capacity of this pan. So next modification is you can have some picture, may not be performing well in terms of performance, but in terms of aesthetic value. So you can find sterling silver morpho butterfly wing fan brooch hand painted scene with 3 Asian ladies sign England patent number rare lovely. So there are other information available. You can find here this fan is with the aesthetic value, and you can find here it is having $170 here, price is written here. So if you multiplied it by 70, now it's almost 80, so it is 12,240. The cost of this pan is where it's not available now, but when I was in my childhood it was maybe 5 to 6 rupees, now maybe 100 rupees maximum. And this kind of fans I purchased when I was in Korea, so it was for $2, 140. But you have just put some painting here, and the cost of it is drastically changed. So this also happens with the existing information. You can have some modification on the product and you can sell it. Now I am coming to the next fan. This is also fan here, but this fan is, we know very well, we have ceiling and table fans available in the market, and nobody thought initially until there was a fan in this like this portable fans. But nowadays many portable fans are available, even though we have seen 3-4 types. This kind of, just few examples I have put in front of you. So this is one fan that you can on and off. This is the fan which can be folded, and this is just by hand, and you have changed the aesthetic value, may not be in performance differently, but just kids require this. So if you offer this and this fan to your kid, obviously kid will go for this fan because it is having that performance in terms of look that's sufficient to sell your product. And that's uh, the thing right now, because you can sell these fans in the market with the Amazon, Flipkart, or some another online, even Jio, Tata, they have their own online platforms, and we are able to have access of the fans without maintenance of inventory. The suppliers can give you easily from different kinds of different parts of India, and you can look for this and this fan. You have just change the aesthetic look, so this will give different look, and you can buy that fan easily because it's so attractive. So these are the things what I wanted to talk about the invention. This is one invention made by one of the Mumbai student. This is around $339 square of chess set and electronic chessboard which moves the opponent's wooden chess pieces on its own. Kids or adults can play against the AI or any online chess player across the globe. Normally, you may be playing the chess, some of you, but in that case, both are on virtual system and you are working with the help of app. Whereas, if you are sitting in your house and you're playing with some another player who is in his house, the both of them can play on the chessboard. The person will move his these pawns and some king or then knight or like that on his chessboard, and automatically your chessboard will move that. And when you will give your move, automatically that person will have that at this side. So physically you will feel your opponent is exactly set on in front of you. Or one of them can be online also. And that's the beauty of this. This is very expensive one. Otherwise, you know very well these are very cheap available in the market. So you can guess how expensive it is, and you are earning a lot of money. And normally, this kind of product and the conventional product, in the conventional product, your margin level may be 10%, 20%. And in very few cases, it can reach to 30, 40%. Whereas in the innovative ideas, innovative product, your margin level is more than 50 or up to the 50%. So it's very high level of margin available to you people. I have seen this physically in one of the incubation center in Mumbai. So I'm coming to the intellectual property rights. Suppose you develop this kind of thing and you have not taken IPR of this, people will open your product, they will do reverse engineering and they will sell more product, same product than you people. And the cost will be low because you have spent your time to develop it. You have spent your money to develop it. That means your R&D expenditure, your time spent on that material is very large. Whereas who is copying, he has not spent anything. And it is very easy to copy product, most of the products in the market. It is very difficult to protect your products once it is sold in the market. And therefore they will able to replicate it with a low cost. That's why they can have it in very low cost, and your cost of product will include your R&D expenses also. That's the reason we have to protect this from copying, and for protection you have to take intellectual property rights of your product. I'm thinking on about the bulb. Bulb means your idea, which you have converted into prototype, which you have converted into IPR, maybe patent or some other, and you are exchanging it. So when you exchange, when you offer to sell to others, you are exchanging against the money. So this is the real credit to you people, and that's a intellectual property right. So intellectual property right is a property of your intellect. Normally, what we are doing, we are normally going for uh, properties like a tangible property, like your laptop, like your computer, like your house, farm, flats, or something like which we are registering, and it is on your name. Even you buy cars. So if somebody is having your product without your permission, you can claim, yes, it belongs to me, you should not use it. You are violating the government regulation. Same thing happens with the idea, with the concept in your mind. So it is a development of your intellect. And therefore, if you have an idea, if you have developed something, it is your intellectual property. But you have to register it. Unless you have not registered it, it's not your property. Suppose if idea came in your mind and if you told that in front of many people that this is my idea, you will have credit. You will have some good words from the people. But somebody can copy it means without your permission easily, and he or she will start the production. They will start selling in market, and you cannot earn anything. You have just appreciation to your level. So instead of that, what we have to do, we have to file intellectual property rights, concern intellectual property rights of your product. It can be patent, it can be copyright, it can be industrial design, it can be layout design, it can be trade secret, it can be trademark, or some others are also there. But these are more concern, and that's why I am showing those here. And I'm coming to the statistic based on the countries. You can find patent statistic here. United States is having around 6 lakh patents per year. This data is obtained from this WIPO website. This is of 2019-20, and China has filed around 15 lakh of patents. And you can find those who have filed more and more patents, they are in this list. United States, China, Japan, Germany, UK, France, Brazil, Italy, Canada. And the same number will almost replicate here. So a reflection of this is here or it's is reflected here. You can find. I am not taking the name of India purposely here. So you can find though we have population compared to China, our number of filed patents are very, very less. But despite that, we are here. And why we are here? As a great economy, we are around $3 trillion economy. Why we are $3 trillion economy? Because we have large purchasing power. And we are not here because of intellect. Let me clear here. So if you want to become here, due to the intellect, you can go here in one or two numbers. So we have to increase the number of patents, what China has increased. And China is number two because their old patents are less in number, whereas US is having more old patents which are earning the money. And there may not be surprise in few years that China became number one economy in the world. This is a PCT filing. Means countries filing their patents in outside. So around 2,77,500 PCT international applications were filed in 2021, up 0.9% on 2020. This is less number because that year was COVID country, and you can find in these top countries we are nowhere. These are the patents filed by these country people. And if you look at 56,000 patents filed in India, maximum patents were filed by foreigners in India. So credit is not to India, credit is to the foreigners. Then why foreigners are filing patents in India? Because they want to sell their product in India. They want to sell their product in India. If you want to protect your product in India, you have to file patent in the particular country. So it is not because of Indians' intellect. It is because of others' intellect they are filing the patents in India. But scenario is slowly changing. This year, this is the first year after around 8 years, we have crossed number of filing patent by Indians to the number of patents filed by foreigners in India. And that's the good sign that we started to file more number of patents in India by Indians. That means we are utilizing our intellect really. But we want to improve this. That is also one of the reason. I'm sorry. One of the reason to aware you people about patents and other. But if you look at other comparison of intellectual property rights, you can find compared to trademark, number of patent files are less, 33 lakh, whereas 172 lakh trademarks are filed. Or utility model, which is also almost patent, so 60 lakhs patents are filed compared to 172, one third number of patents have been filed compared to the trademark. As well as industrial design is also important intellectual property right, and our maximum focus is on patent, but we need to focus on other kinds of intellectual property rights also. And if you have intellectual property right of your products, if you start your startup, it can be sold or licensed for creating revenue. And my suggestion for you people is, normally you think of selling this product instead of starting your own business if you don't know how to run the business. This can be offered as a new product or services to your customers. Suppose you started the product selling in the market, and if you have the stamp patent pending or patent filed, people will come to know that this product is patented product. They should not copy, one thing. Second is this product is different than the earlier, having better performance probably. So it is an essential part of your marketing or branding. So whenever you are selling it, you can say that this is a patent registered by us, and this is a new product offering this as services as a new service. So it can be your branding and marketing part, can be used as an asset, as security against the loan. It's like a asset. How you are having mortgage of your tangible property, similar you can mortgage your patent. And whenever your valuation of industry is there, the valuer, industry valuer, will take care of valuation of your patents, how many patents you have, and what's the probability to commercialize it, or how much you have commercialized, and accordingly your valuation of your industry will be improved by valuer. And you have to manage your or protect your intellectual property, right? So if you protect it or manage it, it gives you protection against any sort of infringement. Infringement means violation of patents or intellectual property rights. That means if you have patented your product, and if somebody is preparing or manufacturing your product without your prior permission, that it's infringement, and you can file infringement suit against that, and you can stop that person for manufacturing or preparing the product which is patented by you, or you of which intellectual properties are with you. This gives ability to defend in the court to claim your sole right, that already I explained. Legally stop other to use, make, sell or import without your prior permission, even import is also included. Chance to learn, earn royalties by licensing or make money by selling. So you don't need to start every time that product. You know that you have very small component and you have developed the product. You know this product, if I give to somebody, some big company, they will have more marketing, they will have more production. I will earn more better than or more compared to if I start from zero. So it is also quite possible, instead of starting your production, you can sell it to some another company, and against that you can have the royalties, and that process is called as licensing process. And you can sell also completely, that sole right of this patent is given to it. Because there are many ways to earn the money in this case. So royalty can be earned here, and one can use trademark for strategic alliances. So there are many companies which are not manufacturing anything. Instead, they are having trademark of that product, and we are selling the product based on the trademark. But that time, what they do, they maintain the minimum standard of quality of the product, because you're using their trademark, and therefore that's the only work they are doing. And rest of the thing the trademark is doing. The trade Once we see the trademark, we are assured or known about the quality of the product. I'm coming with one example. This is ex-court gets 8 years in trade secret case. So this is the case in May 2007. In this case, a former Coca-Cola executive assistant was sentenced to 8 years in prison on Wednesday for conspiring to steal trade secrets from the beverage giant and trying to sell them to rival Pepsi company for as much as $1.5 million. It's a huge amount. So he stolen the formula of Coca-Cola. He got the information that this, if I have this formula, I can make Coca-Cola. And normally, if you go in the market, you cannot copy Coca-Cola. I will come to know why you cannot copy, or that something I will come to you. So in this case, and he approached to Pepsi, this is the formula I want to sell to you. You offer me money. Pepsi knew that this is under intellectual property right. And if we purchase it with knowing this is the infringement, we will be guilty. And Coca-Cola can bring us in the court of law, and we will not be able to defend our claim. So we'll be equally guilty as that of the person who is selling this material to us. And that's why they refuse to take it. Instead, they inform to Coca-Cola, your employee has approached to us. He want to sell you formula. This is the price. Now ball is in your court. What to do? What action you need? And then Coca-Cola taken action against that. They brought him in the court, and whatever is result, that is in front of you. So this will happen only if you have filed or if you have registered intellectual property rights of your product. I will come to the patent. It is a right, exclusive right to the inventor or the patented invention that to exclude others and exploit the patent and earn from it. So you will exclude others from making, using, offering for sale or selling the invention in the country or importing the invention into the country. That means you are prohibiting other. So it is normally called as a negative right. Not the right to make, not the right to use, not the right to offer for sale, not the right to sell or import. So this is the negative right for others, and it is the positive right to the inventor. So this is what patent meaning is. And the validity of patent is 20 years. Since the filing of patent, it starts and it is a 20 years. Second validity is regarding your territory. When you file the patent, you are bounding or you have that territory. If you file Indian patent, your protection is in India. If you file US patent, it is protected in US. So all patents are equal. It's not necessary it has filed United States patent means it's having more value. No, it has zero value in India. And opposite is the case. If you file patent in India, it has zero value in US. So what we have to do, we have to think of filing the patents in the respective countries where you want to protect your product. And there is no as such international patent. If somebody is saying you, I have filed international patent, no. You have to file patent in that particular country. And there are some group countries like European Union. So if you file European patent, it is protected in entire Europe, which are the member country of that. Similarly, there are some organizations, and because all small countries cannot maintain or cannot have process of patenting another, so they are in the group or organization. So at least you have to file patents in that organization, then you have the protection in that particular matter. And in India, foreigners can sell their product. We have a very high level of import. There is a vast gap. We import more compared to the export in terms of money I am talking about. And there is vast gap because they want to sell their products in India. And if they want to sell their product, they want to prohibit copying of their product in India. And that's why they are filing patents in India. That is the reason why India is filing more patents, that is 56,000 patents. But out of them, maximums are filed by foreigners. And the scenario is changing. And authority to issue is patent and trademark officers or offices which are located in Mumbai and some other areas. Mumbai is well known. It's one of the, not one of the, but it is called as a financial capital of Indians. Therefore, almost all offices are available in Mumbai. One of them is patent and trademark office. So if you want to file a patent, you have to have your prototype and the process, article or combination of materials can be patented. Means if you develop some new process, it can be industrial process than the earlier one, which is having better performance, that process can be patented. If you prepare some article which is better than earlier, maybe a single step, then you can file patent. If you have composition, suppose you taken one, another taken second product, okay, A and B I will tell you, and if A is having one property, B is having one property, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, your composition is having two properties, you cannot file patent because it is obvious. If you add 1 plus 1, it is become 2. So instead of that, if you add product 1 into product 2, and if their performance is better than 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, that means greater than 2, your properties are better. When they combine with each other, they develop something which is better compared to non-interaction. So that composition can be patented. So you can patent process, you can patent articles, you can patent composition. And the criteria for that is that should not be non-obviousness. It should not be easy. That common man should not do it, or the person who is skilled in the art. Second is it should be industrially applicable thing. That means we know very fictitious thing. When you were in your childhood, you might have watched your Doraemon. Then there, there are a lot of cartoons. I don't have much of experience to watch the
Yes, sir.
cartoons, but in
Yes,
the
sir.
cartoon, anything is possible. That's the fictitious thing. That is not supported by scientific laws and therefore cannot be developed as a prototype or product. So utility is important. If you cannot develop it as a product or you cannot develop it as a workable model, then you cannot. Third is novelty. It must have a novelty. That means whatever you have done should not be known to anybody in the world, which is described in the patent or described in a printed publication or in this or foreign country. So then and then that novelty step can be considered. If patent is filed in US, you cannot file patent on the same idea in India. That right is to the United States person who has filed the patent. And same or opposite is the case in India. Instead, if you have some novelty step, you can file in India and immediately to US also. You have certain limit to file that patent in outside India. Not only patenting is important, but you have to continuously file patents regarding your product to protect, because people are very smart. Once you file the patent, there are number of legal peoples who are watching similar products, and they will immediately come to know, yes, this and this company has filed the patent. They will they will break down your patent, and they will find out to enter in your invention without the infringement. That is very, very much going in the this internet era. I'm putting in front of one example. This is Alfred Nobel, and this is your Charles Goodyear. Goodyear developed vulcanization of rubber. Those days, polymer rubbers were not known to people. Only natural rubber was known, which was sticky. So he developed non-stick rubber, which is equivalent to the Nobel's invention. He developed dynamite, which is used as an explosive material, and he went on patenting that. So he filed around 355 patents related to that, which may not be of importance, but he wanted to block other people to enter into this. So this is called as patent pool, and therefore he earned a lot of money. Whereas he filed a patent, but as he has not filed number of patents, he has not protected his product on continuous patenting, and therefore he lose the money and he died as a poor person. Whereas Alfred Nobel was rich at the end, and he donated a lot of money for Nobel Foundation, and we know the result of that. Nobel laureates we know, or Nobel prizes we know, that is very expensive to run that Nobel Foundation, and whatever running is there, that cost is coming from just interest earned from the money donated by Alfred Nobel. So you can imagine what is the power of patenting. Now I am coming to the copyright. The copyright normally it is related to books, lectures, dramatic and musical works. Suppose I am delivering this lecture to you, and if it is of me, then I can go for copyright. If I have written books, I can go for copyrights. So sculptures, photograph, illustration, maps, plans, etc. And this gives a right to distribute copies. Even you cannot have true copy of any book, because if you copy this book, that is the infringement of copyrights. Many times it's common in India that many students are copying that book. I'm not using the word Xerox. You keep in mind, Xerox is a trademark of Xerox Corporation. We should not use word Xerox without the prior permission of Xerox Corporation. That's why I'm using the word true copy. So true copies of your books should not be done, because it is a violation of copyrights. And the validity of this is normally copyright lasts the lifetime of the author, and even till the 60 years after his birthday. This is an example here. We know Gana Kokila or This is the Lata Mangeshkar who died recently, and she has the copyright of many songs. So her income will be continued up to the 60 years after her death. So this is the copyright, and you should decide whether I should go for patent, whether I should go for copyright or trademark. Now I am just putting you this example. You are very smart people than us. Actually, we have crossed certain age, and this is the age of trademark branding. So if I go for the center brand, center name, you will immediately come to know, yes, sir, this is iPhone, sir. iPhone, sir. And this iPhone, once the label is on your phone, you will say, sir, आँख बंद करके ले लो. There is no hesitation about the quality of product. Why? Because that brand is well known in the market. And they have not written iPhone or whatever you call it, but they have put just a trademark. So it can be number, name, it can be your mask. This is the mark, or pictures or photographs. You can find here name is written in the particular fashion. So Coca-Cola, McDonald, Microsoft, Nirma, Bata, Infosys, Bisleri, and many more brand names or trademarks are available in the market. And you should not copy it without the prior permission of the owner. So this trademark is a slogan, shapes, logo, or unconventional mark like colors. So color is also important. Sounds, gestures, animation, holograms. It can be registered under the trademark. And if you register it, nobody can use your trademark. And once your trademark is registered, once your company is well known in the market, nobody can copy. Now I am coming to the design, industrial design. Many times it is found that although we have the good performance of the product, but the product is not aesthetically or aesthetic wise better, and therefore losing the market. So many times we are preparing a very attractive designs, and these designs can be features of shape. You know very well these are shape. It can be configuration, it can be pattern, or it can be ornament or composition of lines or colors. Nowadays ornaments are very common in India. Earlier it was not organized business, but there are few companies which started their production in the ornaments. So they are going for industrial designs, and that time you cannot copy that design. So your goldsmith cannot just make the same or replicate the same without the prior permission of on that. So that's the industrial design. So if you have developed the product, if you have developed the patent, your performance is good, so you file the patent. But whatever industrial designs are there, so you go for designing it different way, and you get industrial designs of your product. So you have the different kinds of IPR on you. So on your product, you have the performance, so you file the patent. You have some logo as a trademark, so you file the trademark. You have some design, proper design of your product, so you file intellectual property right for industrial design. So in this way, you can prohibit people from copying your product. Another, I am coming to the trade secret. I have already explained one example of Coca-Cola recipe. And in the case of patent, we have seen patents are available only for 20 years. Whereas if you want to protect your product more than 20 years, you have to go for trade secret. But this trade secret is secret until you can keep it or maintain it as a secret. Once it is open, it is no more secret. And that's why there are some benefits of trade secret and there are some benefits of patent. After 20 years, it is open to all if it is patented. And even after 20 years, if you want to keep it, you go for trade secret. But you have chances to lose your secrecy. In that you have to maintain. What example we have seen here? Coca-Cola and Pepsi, that was the example of trade secret. Coca-Cola filed it as a trade secret, not as a patent. If they would have filed it as a patent, it would have opened after 20 years. There might be many companies who are manufacturing Coca-Cola. Right now, Coca-Cola has a Coca-Cola taste. No other can repeat it. And another reason why we have to go for trade secrets, sometimes we cannot file patent because we have seen articles, process, and your combination can only be patented. And if there is some another thing which cannot be filed as a patent, then you have to go for trade secret. So invention and idea can be patented, but survey method cannot be patented. How you made the survey of people, that is your own intellectual property, but cannot file as a patent, and therefore you have to go here. Manufacturing process can be patented, but recipe can be patented. Experimental results cannot be patented. Chemical formula can be, but financial strategies, your client database, if it is available in the other people's hand, then very difficult. And you know very well, big data or data science is very important. So this client database is very, very important here that you can file by. If you want to have guarding of this trade secret, whosoever you will employ, being a startup, you may have your co-founder, you may have some employee with you, so you have to be very careful about your trade secret. You restrict the access to secret information to limited people. This is the first important thing here. Second is sign confidentiality agreements with the partners and employees. Don't hesitate to ask the non-disclosure agreement here. Let me clear you. Be professional. Even though you're offering, your co-founder sign the property non-disclosure agreement with the employees as well as partners. So you're bound not to disclose the information whatever you got here. Use protective techniques like digital data security tools. National legislation provides protection in the form of injection and damages if secret information is illegally acquired or used. We have already seen example of your Coca-Cola and Pepsi. And these are the offices where you can approach, you can file your intellectual property rights. So there are 4 intellectual property, patent offices, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata, where you can file the patent. Whereas if you want to go for industrial designs, it's available in Kolkata, and patent information services are available in Nagpur. Sorry. This is a training and information office. Geographical indication is another kinds of intellectual property, right? Normally that's not belonging to startups. That's why I have not focused it. Trademarks can be registered to Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, along with Ahmedabad. Other than patent offices, Ahmedabad is office where you can register for trademarks. And this is the normal patent filing procedure here. You can start from here. So once idea came in your mind, you file it. Whatever mere information you have, whatever product you have prepared, you file it as a provisional specification. And thereafter, within the 12 months, you have to complete your experimentation and go for complete specification. Before 12 months, you have to file this complete specification. Once you file the complete specification, you can alter the information. And after 18 months of this, you will go for publications, which will be taken for examination. Once you request for examination, and patent office will examine it, and they will prepare first information report on your patent. So this information will be given to you as an official decision, and this official decision may be rejection, may be acceptance. So with this, based on the FER, you have to answer. Then they will be able to take the decision. Reply to examination is very important here. Whatever they have claimed or removed or rejected your claims, you have to give answer, and you can get the official decision, either acceptance or rejection. So if it is rejection, that means patent denied, and if it is accepted, that means patent granted. It's not necessary that your patent should be granted always. If you even file the patent here, this process may take 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So you get in your hand this 4 to 5 years to put on your product patent pending or patent registered, and therefore automatically you can prohibit other people to copy your product even the patent is denied. Let me clear. So if you have patent, it will give you copying, protection from copying. Other IPR literature study is also possible here to study, and therefore that will give you more information regarding your product when you are filing the IPR. So you get more information and you have more knowledge, so you can improve your product. Evaluation of technology transfer. I can tell you one example. One of my friend wanted to transfer his technology, so he came to Mumbai, from Jalgaon to Mumbai, and he was up for about 1 crore rupees for his technology. Fortunately, he came to me and we were just discussing about it, and I came to know he has gone there. So I suggest, why don't you go for patent filing? So I suggested him, and he filed one, just a provisional patent. And then he again went for the second meeting with the same person. He offered 10 CR rupees because he filed a patent and he got the confidence that this is a patented procedure. So what if I purchase it, it will be protected. So that was the confidence of the person, and that improved the technology valuation of technology transfer. Increased trust of inventors that we have developed something. Image of startup in the society will be more. And confident of startup that this will not be copied easily. It can be copied. There are many people who are copying your product, but it cannot be easily copied. And that's why it will build the confidence of startup, and they can have second, third patents on your product. So I can tell you one thing, that can we manage business without IP? If it is a traditional business, you don't require IP. But if it is a total unique idea, you have option one, yes, without IP you can, and option two, without IP you should not. So for existing idea, if you use earlier patents, let me answer this first. So if you have option one, infringement of or stealing of your product is very easy without infringement. But here, if you file a patent, until you do the you file IPRs, you should not do the business. My answer is no. Once you file the patent, your product is protected, and then you can start your business. So my answer is, if it is total unique idea, you should not do. But if it is existing idea, can you use earlier patents? Yes, you can use. Without infringement, that is possible when the patent's validity is expired, if 20 years are completed. When patent is lapsed before 20 years, that is another option. That means if they have not filed or submitted the fees to renew the patent, so even though we filed a patent, patent is granted to you, you have to file the pay the fees to government within the slabs. So that certain slabs are there, and if you fail to that pay that, then that patent will be lapsed, and that you can utilize. When patent is not filed in your country, patent is filed in US but not in India, so you go on searching United States patents, then you in your area, you can copy it without infringement. But and you have to just careful about the same is not filed in India. Get license of the existing patent. If it is valid, it is less than 20 years, it is filed in your country, but you can ask for licensing or for that, and you can use the patent by paying the royalty. That is quite possible. It happens normally. Suppose you required A plus B two components, you have focused on the B component, you develop B, but you know A component is patented by somebody company, and unless you join it A plus B, your machine or your device will not work. So you can have the royalty of that A, and you can start the business. So this is also quite possible. These are some startups. I think I do not need to tell you people. You know already very well about unicorns. And in India, this year we have around 22 unicorns so far. So we are growing very fastly. But unfortunately, number of unicorns in India are in the fintech field rather than the manufacturing. But these are some examples: Snapchat, Planpay, Airban, Xiaomi, Uber. Okay, you have this kind of uh, valuable startups, so you can start your business and you can be here. So that's quite possible. Your idea should be innovative. So if you want to start your this, so go for prototyping. Immediately make a prototype, then go for exhibition. Present your work in the exhibition without presenting what exactly you are doing, because you should maintain your secrecy. You should not release your secrecy. Collect views of people about the prototype, because it's an age of buyer's economy, not a seller's economy. Whatever you are offering, may not be acceptable to the people. So ask them what you need in this my prototype extra, so I can sell to you, and then start uh, start earning the money. So this is what we have the business model here. Now here you have to file your intellectual property rights and give government of India. Excuse me, madam, how much time I have here?
Sir, you can take your own time.
Okay, okay. So I think it's going well. That's why I may take a few minutes again.
Yes, 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 sir. No problem.
Now government is taking initiatives, and one of them is incubation center that serves as a launching pad for young and small business startups that are innately dynamic entities and need assets to support, and incubators are means of providing this. So business marketing and networking advice, computing resources, financial advisory, management teams, access to loans and bank, access to angel investor and venture capitalists, legal advisors like your IPR agents. So they can provide you this incubation center. I think if you are a startup, I will suggest to join any one of the incubation center. We have our one incubation test center, that is KCIIL. If you just put KCIL KBC Enemy Jalga, you can come to know what activities we are doing. And these are some offerings of the incubation center. I already mentioned some of them, like assist, mentoring, technical assistant, IPR management system, marketing expertise, financial and accounting services like your company secretary, CAs, and other networking, shared operational costs. So here your cost will be reduced in expensive workplace. So you do not need to buy OPs. And of course, we are giving some seed money at the early stage. So you may have 1-2 lakh rupees for making your prototype. And once your prototype is ready, we can go for other financial services and technical services. So that's quite possible with the help of your startups. So here you can start from e-sale hackathons, plan competition. Here we normally incubation center is inviting ideas, and then we are going for pre-incubation or incubation of this business based on what is the uh, condition of that startup. If it is at the very crude level, we go for pre-incubation, and if they have certain prototypes, some development, so we can consider them as a incubation level, and then we can go for designing, then tinkering and modifications of that, and then we can go for accelerator where you have to scale up your product, and meanwhile you can find some financial assistance from incubation center as well as some investor also. That's quite possible here. So this is the KCIL. The date is already over, but we can. It's not necessary that you have to submit this within the date. At any time you can submit your ideas to any incubation center. The only thing is they will pitch your idea when they will have the time or substantial number of startups are not approaching, then they will do this maybe within 10 to 15 days or maximum 1 month. And they will in you in the cohorts. So this is normally startup journey. I will not go in the detail, but you have an idea and you will approach to the uh, incubation center, then prepare prototype. Then you can have co-founder where you are lagging. Then you can make a team, then some launching, then filing a patent or go for company register, then full scale launching, then follow up like you are getting some feedback from people, then listen, modify it, then work on the feedback, relaunch your product, start onboarding customers. So this is the real commercialization stage. At this stage, you require accelerator. So you go for scale up of your operation and grow your product. So this is normally startup journey for you people. So it's not easy to come from here to here. You require a lot of pains, lot of thing. But if you are enthusiastic enough, people will put enthusiasm here to uh, take baby steps to complete our this journey. So there are a lot of people who are helping. Now I am in this area since last few years, so I know people are crazy to help without any output. They are ready to help you people. Only the thing is your team should be very strong. Your idea should be innovative, and your passion should be there. Yes, I can start the business. So specifically for engineering people, this is quite possible compared to the science people. I'm normally more my teaching or my I'm towards the natural sciences department, whereas I have seen the engineering people. Engineering people have more passion to start their startup. So considering this, I'm offering to you people that you should, or I'm telling to you people that you should go for the startup. You have that potential compared to science, arts, commerce people. This is just one Khandesh Innovation Challenge we called. So this kind of challenges are available in the market. So you can take these challenges and you can answer them if you have an answer. So in this case, last year month, I got one challenge from Indian Railways. They are having certain problem. It was not common earlier, but now it's common that the government organizations are approaching to you and they are telling these are the problems to us. Can you solve? And we have found that many people are giving solution to these government problems are also. So this is one just innovation challenge. This is just an example, but this kind of challenges are available online. You can find out what are their problem, and if you can give the solution, you just submit it. That is also possible. It's not necessary that you develop your own idea, but you can develop idea which will cater the needs of other organizations, and you should know the problem statement. These problem statements are normally given as a innovation challenges, and these challenges you can look through internet, you can find out, and if you are, it is in your area, if it is in your domain, and if you are able to solve, you offer them. Many times such organizations are normally uh, giving money. So they are allowing you to join in some incubation center and they are the funder of you people. So that is also quite possible. So you do not need to spend single money from your pocket, single rupee from your pocket, and you can develop your product. And after that, they will take the product. So you have sure short customers in your pocket. So that is possible. So you think of that also. I will tell you some examples. So this is from the self-help group, Mahila Bachat Gat. So normally we feel that this self-help group will make some papad, achar or pickle or something like. But this is the group 4 years ago. This family and neighbors. It is from Babli Devi, Udaipur, Rajasthan. She collected and sold custard apple for merely rupees 2 per kg. The unit employs 150 women right now because we know custard apples are perishable and therefore they started some different product. The company sell the pulp to ice cream companies. So they started to take out the pulp from the custard apple, which was 2 rupees per kg, and now that has improved the yield. They are catering to the ice cream company, so their margin level has increased 40 to 50%, and 150 people are helping to develop their products. So this is employment generation. This is scale up of new idea. So this kind of ideas can also be considered as a startup. Thinlas Khoral, an activist and entrepreneur from Ladakh. Since her childhood, she spent a lot of time living and exploring the area till the point where she started to work as a trekking. So she was with the passion, trekking passion, and now she started money through this company. She started a company which is offering tourism and trekking system. So after a year bigger till the point she decided to do a new step in her journey. It was no longer just a trekking company, but a real organization which is able to help women to enter this world, to help them find jobs and replace, but also working more with the ecotourism. So this kind of things also can happen. So this is from Ladakh, which is remote area. This is one leg created for dog. It is quite possible this will not be replicated, but people are ready to pay you extra money, and you have to take the design for individual, and you can print. 3D printers are available, and you can offer it. So that is also quite possible. This is artificial intelligence. I think I do not need to tell you about the softwares and other. This is one artificial plaster. Normally, if there is a breakage in your bones, we doctor will have that plaster. So that takes time to dry, and lot of problems are there. So this is the plastic plaster that can fit immediately. So it saves your time and something. This is one of the startup, that is Dr. Sandeep Patil, who was with us. Now he is in IIT Kanpur, and he developed Swasa mask. He's the first N95 mask manufacturer in India, but that time it was not valuable for him. But through the COVID, he got a lot of opportunity, and he is developing the product, which is a machine that is a nanofiber manufacturing machine, which is an innovative idea. He sold around 20 machines to different countries and earned the money. So it was his initial business. Now he has developed this product at a higher level, and more machines have been sold. This is around 1.5 year old data, but he is running his startup. So this is just example. He was from poor family, did his chemical engineering from our university, joined for MTech in IIT, and that time IIT was running incubation center. So he approached to the incubation center and got the functioning, how it works, and then offer his idea as a startup. So he's successful entrepreneur. Similarly, you also can. And nowadays there are a lot of incubation center. You have incubation council where you can approach. They will guide further for you people where to go for the startups and others. So with this, I thanks for you people, and I stop here. So I thanks once again for the organizers, especially Rajeshree Shinde madam and her team, for inviting me and giving chance to interact with you people. So thank you once again.
Thank you to the dignitary for sharing his knowledge with us. Now, if you have any questions, then please unmute yourself one by one, or else you can type your questions in the chat box.
Yes, if you have a question, I don't know whether I will be able to answer all, but at least I will guide you. Even you
Sir,
can write it in the chat box also. Yes, please, Sharma, to me.
can you please tell the difference between article and IPR patent?
Your voice is not clear, Sharma. Can you please loudly speak?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
What is an IPR rule and then article rule? It is same or different?
Idea, role, and
Yeah, article in a business management.
I'm not getting actually your question, but if I have whatever I understood, uh, that means you want to make an article. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So you have to go for IPR. Idea should come in your mind. You have to make prototype. Go for IPR, and then simultaneously go for preparation of prototype. Second, third, go to the market, get feedback, and then relaunch your product, then scale up the product and start your commercial production. So this is normally sequence to launch your product in the market.
Sir, as we all know, in 2020, the N95 mask was very craze, but now I don't know. But my question is, how we come to know that which product is very demanding.
Yeah, for that you need to look for the market. You need to read news. You need to read patents also, in which areas maximum patents are filed. So this is also one way to get which products are on demanding. Now big data, artificial intelligence, these are the areas where people are focusing. One more question is from, yes,
So, sir,
please.
my last question is, what is an IP in managed business management? IP.
Management business, you can go for trade secret. You are doing management business, that means you have client data, you have management strategies, your marketing strategies. You may be having some documents for which you can go for copyrights. You can have your design like your logo, so trademark can be registered. So these are possible IPRs in your area.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. There is a Ganesh Kashit who is asking IPR file is at national level or international level. So IPR is filed at a national level initially, and it has to file at international level. That means in the individual countries, if you want to protect your product in those countries. So you must know where you can sell your product or where is your potential. Accordingly, you can file the patents. How to approach patent? How much it cost? That is a question from Yash Rakesh. Okay, if you want to approach for patenting, you have to go to the website. You can digitally, sorry, um, with the help of internet, you can file your patent. And for costing, there is around 4,000 rupees cost for individual entity. If you are organization, that means company, the cost is around 8,000. Now government has decreased the cost of filing the patent, but the cost of filing patent is more when you are filing through the agent. It depends on the cost of the agent, how much he is asking to you. So most of the time that is more expensive than the cost of government filing. Normally, what I will suggest you, you have to file patent through the agent, but it is not necessary. You can file independently also. If you file it through the patent agent, that's fine, because they know the finishing of the languages, wordings, and others. So they know technical language or legal language, and that's why your chances of infringement or entering in your patent or IPR is minimum. Yeah, any tips? There is Gautam Sate who is asking any tips to protect ideas from being stolen. So you have to go for IPR, and if you go for IPR, you can uh, protect your ideas from being stolen. That's the answer. Richa Singh, she's asking, isn't a 20-year limit a way to exploit one's idea? Yes, it's a 20 years. You have to exploit your idea within the 20 years. Won't people feel repulsed to file a patent if it is only for 20 years also with of it being stolen? No, after 20 years you don't require, because that idea is almost old, and it's very difficult to keep people 20 years away, because they will find different ways to enter in your uh, area. So normally 20 years is considered as a sufficient to maintain monopoly of your product in the market.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I think there is no question, madam, now. Yeah. Can we launch our product services without patent, and can we charge for? Yes, you can launch the product. I given one slide that for unique idea you have option 1 and option 2. Option 1 is without filing IPR, you can go, but you have chances that people will have entry in your product. They will have copying of your product, and that's why my suggestion will be not to enter your in the market without the IP. And it's not difficult to go for IP. Okay, thank you. Okay, madam, I think no question from student now.
Yes, sir. Richa?
Okay, we
Uh,
have one more question.
What steps should we take to encourage more innovation and further patenting of their respective work? Yes, very nice. Uh, Normally, we have to encourage to student for innovations. We should respect the innovation, means we should not copy it. As I give an example of Xerox word should not be utilized. It should start from us. We should instead use the true copying of the word. That is one thing we should respect. Second is, if we respect, then automatically you will find that how can I improve the performance of this, and I can go for the innovation. So if you organize this kind of programs for the student, automatically student will be encouraged for this. And if they have some work, if they do something through the project, we have to encourage them to file the patent instead of going for the exhibition first. You can go for exhibition, but after filing at least provisional patent. So that I can tell you to you people to encourage. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you once again
So,
for to all organizers for giving me chance to interact with you people. Thank you.
yes,
Over to you, madam.
thank you for such a wonderful session, sir. As all good things came to an end, so does this session. I, Chinmay Mahangade, a student of LOKMANYA TILAK College of Engineering, on behalf of the Institute's Innovation Council, would like to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Vikas Gite, for enlightening us with knowledge and interesting things. He gave deep insights on how to plan a startup in a legal and ethical way, and also revealed some interesting facts. I'm pretty sure the precious knowledge shared will definitely help us in our further career opportunities. I would also like to thank the torchbearer of our institute, our respected IIC President and Principal, Dr. Vivek Sunnapwar, Sir, and Vice President of IIC and Vice Principal, Dr. Subhash Shinde, Sir, for leading, inspiring, and supporting us to make this webinar successful. Also thanking our IIC convener, Dr. Rajeshree Shinde, Madam, for the support to conduct this event and for helping us in working towards the goal of conducting this workshop. We are thankful for your youth support at all times. Also thanking today's coordinators and other members for their contribution. Conducting this webinar would have been impossible without the zealous efforts of IIC committees members who have devoted lots of time and energy to this program. I must not forget to thank all the participants present here for their active participation. I sincerely apologize if I have missed anyone. Once again, thank you to one and all present here. The feedback link is shared in the chat box. Please do fill it.
Okay, thank you, madam.
thank
I'm
you, sir.
leaving the meeting now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.